All right. Um, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, and I double honors the apostles and errors of GMS. And it might look like I'm looking out the window, but the thing's right here, so I gotta look directly at this. So it might not. It might look like I'm looking at the window. But real quick to get to the point, I want to speak on the enemy of you Israelites, you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, being the so-called white man and all these other nations, but mainly the so-called white man, because he take amongst himself a secret council to plot and plan wickedness amongst you Israelites, by having you in the ghettos, by having these other people from these other countries come here and set up shop. For an example, like the liquor stores, if you go to a Jake neighborhood, and what I mean about Jake, I mean you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, you go to a Jake neighborhood, you got a liquor store, you have guns, you got a gun store, you got beer, wine everywhere, cigarettes, all that shit is set up for the destruction of you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans. And that being said, that's letting you know that the so-called white man in these other nations are your enemy. But real quick, this is Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships. Right, so Egypt being bondage. I believe when you go to Exodus, the 20th or the 21st chapter, it let you know that this is bondage, man. This is the modern day Egypt. This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. So again with ships, right? Because when you go to the west coast of Africa or anywhere, might I add, the so-called white man voyaged to get you so-called blacks, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and bring you over here for slavery on ships. Look up that history. Esau got movies on it. You got Amistad. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of movies on that situation. It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Right, our land, which is Israel. That's our land over there, our biblical land, our inheritance, our promise. That's our land over there. And then who dwells in it right now is the Edomite, man. The Edomites. I believe that in a biblical term they're called Khazars. The biblical tribe, Khazars, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. It says, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Right, you shall be sold unto your enemies. Was not you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans sold on the auction blocks? You know what I'm saying? They bidding you and shit. Hey, 10 pieces of silver here, 30 pieces of silver here. Even in this modern day time, Esau is still doing the same thing. When you niggas are playing football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever the fuck your sports you in, Esau have it to where he's still bidding y'all asses, man. The best nigga athlete, might I add. It says in, right, it says for bond men, right, slave men, and bond woman for slave woman. And no man shall buy you, right? And no man have bought you, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, out of slavery, man. You know what I'm saying? You're still in a mind state of darkness, man, in America. You know what I'm saying? You take hold on all that this devil has thrown on your plate, man. He throws some pig on there, some shrimp, you know what I'm saying, some damn lobster, and you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, y'all gobble that shit right up, man. And that's what Esau have done. He have thrown you philosophies. He have thrown you these so-called religions and shit. And y'all done ate that shit right up. Real quick, I'm gonna grab this. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship, right? And who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? Esau, man. And this land in our captivity, Esau will tell you that who you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ is a so-called white man. And that's not true, man. That's highly false. That's a lie, man. It said, matter of fact, let me get this too, man. It tells you, man, that this devil, soon as he be born, he comes out speaking lies, man. Because he's the wicked of the earth. It says, Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. Right, man. The wicked being the so-called white man and 2/3 of you niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you be born out of the womb, you already ready to speak lies. You're already ready to just go off and do as thy will. You know what I'm saying? So back to this Romans real quick. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? Who worship and serve the creature more than the creator? Right. You know what? You got that wicked day coming up, Christmas, man. You know, and Christmas is another great representation of you niggas worshiping a creature, man. You know, being the Edomite Santa Claus, and that tree, man, that represents Nimrod's penis. You know, you bugged out people. It says, and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. Right. The Most High have given you people unto vile affections, man. That's why you believe in a so-called white man, which he is your enemy. And the scripture tells you to trust not thy enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? With Esau, man, he'll come up, tell you to eat some chicken, and at the same time, soon you turn around and eat that chicken, he'll slice your neck, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows how to seduce you, so to speak. He knows what running in you niggas' heads, man. You know, he can get you niggas to bug out, wild out like dogs, like brute beasts out here over some goddamn paper money, man. Paper money that's nothing, man. You know, that shit is just current. That's what it is right now. It's just current. You know, Esau cut down some trees and he makes money out of that shit. You know, he kill, destroy to prosper. And that's what he have did in the land of America, man, which is a wicked land, which is a land that belongs unto these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Because what it tells you in Job 9:24, for the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Now, who's in control over earth right now? And it ain't the goddamn president, man. You know what I'm saying? The president is below the elites. The elites being the banker families. You know, the people who got the most money rules the world, man. You know, the Rothschild, the DuPonts, the Getty, the Bilderbergs, you know, those guys. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them unto vile affections, for even their woman did change their natural use in that which is against nature. Right. I mean, the women have changed the natural use of their nature, you know, homosexuality. You know, you got women on women, you got men on men, you got women on dogs. You know, you got all this wickedness going on in America, man. That's why the Lord got to destroy this place, is because of the majority of Israel don't know who their enemy are. That's why the Lord have chosen a remnant out of his people, which is the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to be saved out of this thing, man. The destruction of America, which is going to come, which is on its way. You know, there's heavy prophecies that got to happen. You know, that it speaks of in the book of Ezra, that it speaks of in the book of Matthews, you know, Isaiah, Jeremiah. You know, you read through if the Spirit is with you to read and understand this book, then you would know what's coming. You know, you would know that your enemy is the so-called white man, these other nations, 2/3 of your these people. Shit, you even your own enemy, man. That's why you have to pray. That's why you have to be humble in this thing, man. But mainly, the point is that Esau is your top enemy. Don't trust these devils for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just as he did to the Native Americans when he was smooth talking them. He smooth talked them into fucking getting smallpox. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the devil is, man. He'll talk to you in your face. He'll sound highly sincere, and then turn around and, somebody and find your ass. Somebody and find a whole goddamn nation of people damn near slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? And some of them put in captivity because this is the mindset of these devils. They're wicked. They're made to be wicked. You know what I'm saying? This land don't have any knowledge nor mercy of the Most High in it at all, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord have to wake up the remnant of his people. You know what I'm saying? Because the hell that, the condition that Israel is in today is a condition the Lord put us in due to the fact that we broke the law, statutes, commandments. Today, for an example, before I come out here and have to deal with these bugged out ass people, really these Edomites, when I'm installing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? My demon brother, man, today his shit was all shaved and shit, man. And I'm like, man, look, niggas are just heavily in the world, man. Niggas are heavily in the world, man. Even a simple commandment by the Lord telling you not to shave the corner of your beards or round the corner of your beards or give not thyself a bald head or anything like that. Israel can't even follow simple commandments like that, man. We're in this thing to rehearse the righteous acts, not fulfill the law. That's not what this is about. This is about having faith in this truth, man. Knowing that the Lord is bringing that destruction to America, knowing that these so-called white people and 2/3 of our people in these other nations are going to be destroyed. Knowing that these Edomites are going to be under our foot in captivity, same with these other nations, man. Because the scripture tells you in Esdras that the world was made for our sake, man. You so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why it tells you that Jacob is the former of all things, because Jacob invented everything also, man. And Esau, he'll turn around and he'll snatch that shit from Jake, because Jake can't do anything. What could Jake have done? When Jake was in bondage and chains and shit, Jake was still inventing shit even at that time. And Esau said, I'm going to take it from that nigga. That nigga ain't having that. I'm gonna put a patent on that, and it's going to be mine. What can a nigga do? Nigga try to do anything, we grind work, we hang a nigga on the tree. So that's how it was, man. Jake couldn't do anything, man. But it's coming down now that the Lord is raising his people from among the midst of their enemies, and he's bringing us back into power, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. You should be happy, man. You should be glad to know that Yahweh Shema Shai is waking us up to see who our enemy is, man. It's waking us up to see that the world that we live in is a highly wicked and vain society, man. Hey, when you look at it, these people, they don't even know what their purpose is here, man. We know what their purpose is. Their purpose is death. We know what our purpose is. Our purpose is to be prophets unto Yahweh Shema Shai, Lord will. We were set up to be out there doing this thing. We were set up to give the people a warning that it speaks of in the book of Ezekiel. Matter of fact, I'll grab that real quick and then I end it from there. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. So yeah, the Lord only made us a watchman unto the house of Israel, which is the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, not the whole goddamn world, man. When Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, when he was on the scene, he was teaching unto the Israelites, mainly the elect man that was going to wake up unto this truth. You know what I'm saying? He said what? He told the woman, he said, I come not but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And because why? When you go back into the prosecution of Israel, we were scattered among all nations. in the time of 70 AD during the Roman prosecution, you had Israelites that flee and the west coast of Africa, man. You know, you had the other tribes, the other 10 tribes already in this land before it was called America. So it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word hear the word at my mouth and give them warning for me. So we're here, prophets are here to give warning, and after that is going to be the destruction, you know, and that's what's going to lead us into that deliverance, that salvation. You know what I'm saying? Esau isn't going to prosper for too long. We're at the end of this thing. I want to grab this, man, real quick, too. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end comes. And that's what's happening. You know, that's prophecy. The world is actually witnessing the prophets out in the highways and byways, preaching the destruction of America, the downfall of the so-called white man, and the elect, which is going to be out of the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. And that's what we're preaching, man, out throughout the whole world. And the other nations are witnesses unto us teaching these things. The scripture says, publish out unto all nations. And that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're letting them know that soon, all you other nations, you Chinese, Japanese, you Arabs, you know, all you motherfuckers are gonna go, and you Hamites gonna go into captivity under the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, man. And Esau, man, you have these devils, these so-called white people, have a heavy judgment coming unto them. But I'm gonna end it from there and say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.